Welcome to Getting Home Sourced with G. Your one-stop shop for all things real estate. Gianno is your go-to guy with over 25 years of experience in the game, serving up the insider scoop on buying, selling, and investing in two of the hottest markets, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Cabo, Mexico. Whether you're looking to score the perfect home, seal the deal on a sale, or dive into the world of international investments, G's got the tips, tricks, and swagger to make it happen. Remember, in Nevada, the smart choice is the right choice. And when it comes to Cabo, you better go oceanside with Cabo G. If you were looking for a quiet, tranquil show about real estate, this ain't it. Gianno has this thing called passion. Let's unleash the beast. This is Welcome to Getting Home Sourced. And now your host, Gianno.
Hey, what do you say? Hey, folks, we have love in the air for this week's show of Getting Home Sourced. I'm your host, G. I like to say Cupid G for today, so we're going to go with Cupid G. So I'm your host, Cupid G, for today's show. Because why? It's for the love of real estate, because love is in the air. We're excited. It's about thought-provoking. It's about reflecting, sentimentality, compassion, romance, and what have you. But first, I'd like to start out by saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you're listening around the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm going to start out with my repeat offenders because you've been loyal to me. You've been listening from day one. So I have to put my heart out for you and say thank you, because you are the engine that drives this Ferrari and getting us places, just cruising along. High speeds, climbing mountains, we're going all over. And for my first timers, my newbies, thank you so much. I really appreciate you tuning in. Whoever told you about the show, thank you. And if you're just tuning in just because you saw my show and you wanted to check it out, well, thank you so much. And I hope you check out past shows to get you caught up to what we're doing and what we're talking about. And of course, I have my newsletter out this month, so be on the lookout for that. That should be out right now for you. So go to my website, vegashomesource.com. Check it out. Sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already. Great information, great tips on what's happening. And of course, my concierge partnership program. As I've been mentioning now for the last month, we're basically helping out local builders here, local realtors in the Vegas area that need help with pushing out their properties and their inventory for new home builders and getting the message out for people that may not see it online or on other platforms that are out there. And of course, for all those international and domestic that have clients that are looking to purchase in the Las Vegas area or the Cabo area, and for that matter, all over, right? All over the world, we're very dialed in. We're very connected with everybody. Contact me, email me, call me, get on my website, register your client. Let's get that process going. Let me take care of you. And wherever you need to go, we're going to put you in the right direction. And if you're working with me directly, of course, we have you covered. But today, for the love of real estate, I really think it's aptly titled because it's Valentine's Day. But more importantly, it takes a look at what people love about real estate. What is your fascination? What's the excitement? What's the passion? And of course, what attracts people to the art of buying and selling?
I love the way you just put that.
But to start out with, for all those that have listening from day one, really going back now, a year and a half. And I know a couple of you always ask, like, how did you get into the business? Why did you get into the business? What was your calling, right? What was your passion for doing so? And I think that's a great question. And I wanted to save that question for an appropriate moment. Of course, this show's the appropriate moment, right? For the love of real estate. And I'm glad you asked that question because we all have to ask ourselves, why do we do what we do? What's our passion? What's our purpose, right? And for me, the question of how did I get into the real estate and why It really stems back from when I moved to Las Vegas from New York City back in 1990. And then in 1991, when I was fully vested here, we opened up, when I say we, meaning my family, my grandfather, my grandma, and my mom, we opened up an Italian restaurant in Las Vegas where we bought the land. So there's the real estate aspect of it, securing land in a city that I didn't really know anything about. Then we built the building, so we have construction, right? So we're dealing with the GCs, the contractors, or subcontractors, what have you. And then what do? We bring New York City style, authentic Italian food to the desert in the Southwest, right? So this is circa back in the early 90s when what happened back then? We have no social media, we have no cell phones, we have what? Just radio, newspaper. Remember landlines, folks? I mean, I have one still, but we had landlines back then. Of course, with businesses, you have like 7 different extensions. So the phones just keep on ringing until you put them all on hold. We remember those days. I mean, that was like the golden age, right? So back then, it was when it was simple and easy and free and not everything that's all caught up today, but it was an easier time. And so we opened up the business, very successful. We had it for 6 years. And then basically the family got tired. We built it up. And what do when you build up a brand, when you build up a business or a practice, what have you? You sell it, you retire out. And then what happened is that we became landlords and then we were renting out and we became the landlord tenant situation. I only want to be with you. But that's where the awakening for me to real estate that took shape, that took forward, right? Because now what happened is, of course, it's going to be the whole soap opera popcorn story over here. So we had a family friend came in, started to lease, and my grandfather knew the person very well. And my grandfather back then, as he always was a man of his word, stand-up guy. When you shake your hand, it was your bond, it was your promise, and it was your code that you go by, right? So to me, I thought that, well, this is the way I was brought up, so I guess this is going to be super easy. We become landlords, my family gets to retire and do their thing, and then hopefully the tenant does the right thing. Well, that wasn't the case, right? So the so-called family friend decided he didn't want to pay rent. And at the same time, he wanted to hijack, hold my grandfather ransom, stay in the place, didn't want to leave when he was asked to leave nicely, and then just wanted to basically squat.
This is an outrage. I demand an investigation.
In the place, make all the money for himself, and then at the same time, devalue the insides of the property and what have you, and basically taking hostage on my family's building, which wasn't really cool, right? So does this sound familiar to a lot of you? I mean, mind you, this is like at the end, 1997, 29 years ago. We're old school. We thought that, hey, you know what? And back in those days, I thought that everything was going to be easy peasy, but no, those days are gone, right? So now things have changed in the last 29, 30 years. But in the end, we got beat out of what? We got beat out of time. We got beat out of money. It was a hassle. I mean, folks, you know how it goes. I don't have to tell you the end of that story. It was just ugly. It was bad. Unfortunately, like what? Like a divorce, like a relationship, like a bad argument, right? So relationships, people, feelings, compassion. See how it all intertwines with each other, and especially come Valentine's Day, obviously sharing the story with you. So now what I realized at that moment is that now I have to do something. I have to make a difference. I felt bad because my grandparents at the time were in their mid to late 70s, not a good situation. They were older, and now they're getting taken advantage of. Again, have we heard that story before? So now what do? Well, I have to protect my family like anybody would, right? So if you're a parent or if you're a spouse, you got to stand up. You got to take the bull by the horns and you got to do what's right for you and for your family. So this never happens again. So now, let alone to others, right? Because it's about your family first and then others. Again, how we tie this in to real estate. So what did I do? I went to real estate school. I had gotten informed. I had to get my education and how the whole process works, contracts, right? And how to word things properly, what the clauses are. Because what we do sometimes, folks, we're signing things based upon what? People's word. And then what winds up happening, we don't read it. Well, you told me that this was going to be not the case. And now what happens? We're blaming others because we didn't take the responsibility to actually read and understand what we are signing, right? So this is what I had to go to school for. I received my license, and then I started on my journey. Now I wear the cape. I'm the superhero. I'm the crime fighter because there's a lot of dirty apples and a lot of dirty people in the real estate industry. We already know that. And you have to get hurt sometimes to get the wake up call. I mean, it's not pleasant, but it's something like, you feel sick and you get a needle and you feel better. Well, that was the injection that I needed to get me aware, to feel better about how I'm going to go out in life and be in business and be successful, because I need to know things that would never happen again to either me, my family, or the people around me that I'm working with or for. So it's, again, the same thing, folks. It's like you don't want to get hurt. We all know it happens in relationships and marriages and family fallouts and what have you, right? This is life. But the thing is that being a crime fighter and putting on the cape, you have to also understand, and what do you have in common with people? We have what? Feelings. We have passion. We have bragging rights. It's all about the ego. So my love of real estate really became my passion as well as my appreciation, because I have to see my family not get hurt, or actually they had to get hurt for me to fully understand about what the true meaning of business is and what the true meaning of it all is about protection and asset protection, right? So now from that point forward, it's really about what? The relationships. That's what I saw with that awakening moment, that I realized that it's a relationship industry. It's not just business, shake hands and what have you. Like, don't touch me, I'm sterile. You stay in your corner, I stay in my corner, and I don't talk to you and just pay my rent or what have you. No, it's more than that. You have to be hands on as an owner, whether you're in business or whether you're in landlord, you're owning real estate, whatever the case might be. But you have to treat people the way you want to be treated, right? We all heard these cliche lines, but folks, it really makes sense, because right now in the world that we live in, there's a lot of fast talking. There's a lot of people that smile in your face, stab you in the back. We get that, right? But again, is it good to get hurt to learn a lesson? Well, yes and no, right? I mean, obviously, my family got hurt, and of course, I got hurt in the process because I saw my family get hurt. But real estate, it is a people person. We do take it personal, right? A lot of people, like, I take my work personally because I want to feel like, hey, I know what it's like to be in your shoes as what? A buyer, a seller, a tenant, a landlord. I get it because I've experienced those things in my life with the opportunity of being a landlord, of being a business owner, and what have you. So, but it's the love of people. It's the joy of completion, accomplishment, satisfaction, seeing others succeed because of you, or me in this instance, because of actions and decisions that you help prepare and apply your craft to others to make them feel comfortable in what they're doing.
I love it.
This is why the spotlight is on me, let's say, as a realtor, because why? It's like being a quarterback in American football. It's like being a pitcher in American baseball, or a soccer goalie when we play football, right? Or we have a goalie for ice hockey. It's all on me. It's the pressure cooker. How are you going to respond? Because it's that reaction and action effect, just like in sports, right? You have to act when you react to certain events and situations. And obviously, time crunching, right? The clock's running down. What are you going to do? We got to save the deal. We got to score that winning touchdown. We got to strike out that batter. Because why? We want to win the game, but we're not winning it for ourselves. We're winning it for the team. But that metaphor means for other people, because what is real estate? Real estate is a group of people. It's teamwork. I know it sounds cliche again, but again, it's people person. So we all have to have our different partners around us. Who are the players on the field that are going to go to bat for you? This is what it's all about. The love of real estate, the love of people. It's a people industry. If you can't love yourself, folks, first and foremost, how are you going to love others and how are you going to treat others and respect others, right? That's the other problem. But you have to come through in the clutch. It's what it is. It's performance industry. It's performance driven business than anything that we do, but more so for real estate. We're always judged upon what? Our closings. We're always judged about how fast we can buy a property, sell a property, make the client happy. This is what it's all about. And that's why being there, both in the hospitality industry for a while before I got into another hospitality, right? So instead of selling pasta and alcohol and coffee and what have you, now I'm selling the business, the space, the building, the block, whatever the case might be. It doesn't matter because at the end, we all have to make a difference for everybody else, right? You have to put other people in front of you for the common good to get things done. So now on that note, let's take a quick commercial break. Let's get some chocolates. Let's get some champagne. Let's sit back because you have to hear the back end of our love story. I'll be right back.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Have you been waiting for your oasis in the desert but don't know where to start? Looking for that second home or relocation home to escape and oversee those majestic mountains with beautiful palm trees blowing in the wind? Then Vegas G is here for you with keys in hand to make sure your luxury getaway is your place to stay. Contact Gianno today at 888-528-2810 and remember your Las Vegas getaway is just a phone call away. Make the call now and come see for yourself what Vegas has to offer you.
Hey, what do you say? What do you say? As we're going to be talking in the slow mood, that love and affection mood, like you're listening to like a talk show radio host that has that silky voice. And we're just going to put it out there, take it down a notch. We're going to go nice and smooth and mellow because why? It's about being calm. It's about being relaxed because this show is about love and appreciation and calm and peace and tranquility. With all the storms that are going on around the world, sometimes we just have to take a step back, just process, we analyze, we figure things out, we recharge the batteries, and we go out, and then we just make things happen. Why? Because it's all about will, determination, and perseverance. And not perspiration, but perseverance. There's a difference. So now I ask you all, when you're a buyer or seller, okay, I just want to put this out here, no matter where you're at in the world, it's a life event for you, right? Because as real estate is always a life event, you have to ask yourself, am I working with someone who sees things the way I see them? Do they see my passion? Do they see my vision? Do they see it whether I'm buying or selling or investing, what have you? What is it? What stands out? What's that connection? Is there trust? Is there feeling? What's the instinct? But more importantly, folks, it's wanting to be taken care of, right? I mean, this is what's happening. Is that person going to take care of me? Like, again, we talk about relationships, right? Hey, I'm in a relationship. I'm married or I have a significant other, been boyfriend, girlfriend for a long time or what have you. And you want to be that person that's going to either take care of somebody or you want to be taken care of. Usually life is a two-way street, right? We have to give and receive. We just can't, take and not give. But at the end of the day, who are you aligning yourself with, right? Because again, as a realtor, I'm not just representing people and just saying you're my clients. I like to think of everybody as we walk away, what? Family and friends. Because at the end of the day, I have to treat you like family because I want to, not because I have to. But again, it's my mission. It's my purpose because you are my family. The community is the family, right? We're all talking, we're all interacting, we're all exchanging emails and phone calls. We're meeting in person. We're doing things. Why? Because there's trust, there's appreciation, there's acknowledgement, right? There's satisfaction because you feel good working with somebody like myself, or I'm going to put you in a position to where you're going to be happy with the connections and friends and family, extensional family that I have if it's not here in Las Vegas or when I'm in Cabo living down there, right?
You're so hot-tempered, darling.
So this way you want to tell people like, hey, look, you know what? It's always a great feeling when somebody says to you, hey, you know what? I got you. I'm going to take care of this. No problem. No gimmicks, no stories, none of that stuff where we always get the whole, oh, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Again, we've heard that before. When somebody says, don't worry about it, you worry, right? So we don't like to say that. We just have an understanding that I understand. I know what you're thinking. We're tuned in. We're connected. I got you. And that's it. And that's good enough for you because it's good enough for me. We're going to make it happen. But you truly have to love what you do. As it's not really work for me, folks. I mean, again, if I just say, oh, yeah, I work as a realtor, I do real estate, like everybody says, oh, I do real estate. Well, I don't do dentistry. I don't do law. I don't do restaurant, right? I mean, I hate when people say, oh, I do real estate. No, I practice real estate. I service clients. I take care of people. It's a people service. I'm at your service. It's a service industry, right? Just like hospitality, same thing, service industry. So at the end of the day, we always like to ask, hey, what do you do for fun? What makes you excited? What makes your motor and your brain tick? What gets you excited? You have to ask the question. Just like when you're going on a relationship and you like somebody, you always ask, what do you like to do for fun? What makes your motor run?
Valentine very badly wants to take a hot bath and to get into something comfortable. Don't you, Valentine?
What's your passions? What's your dreams? What's your goals? This is the same thing, folks, when it comes to real estate. Like when I sit down, if I don't know you, I want to know you. I want to get to have an understanding so I can give you better service of the buying side or the seller side. Because why? That's love of the business. That's love of what you do because you want to be able to take the time out. It's not about me. It's about you. I'm working for you. I like to hope that I'm working with you in addition to that to make a difference because again in life, just like love, what is it? Love is a commitment, right? It's a choice. It's an action that supersedes your thoughts for the thoughts of another. So the love of real estate is truly what? It's a soap opera, right? It's a Broadway show. It's a reality TV or game show. So I ask you all again, folks, really seriously, what is your love for real estate? What drives your emotional engine? And yes, of course, real estate, just like life, is what? It's psychological. It's a sense of the word. It's being. It's, I got you. We're going to win. We're going to make it happen. All these positive things that we have to put out there for the affirmation and confirmation of what we're doing. But you see, that's the means to all ends because it's about alignment with each other. We have to get each other. There's an understanding for what I expect of you and expectations of what you want from me. We put it together. That's the game plan. That's our call to action. Of course, you heard that word before. But then we all know it's a business too, right? And there's a dark side. It's cold. It's like cold hard cash, right? We always heard that term. Oh, it's cold hard cash. This is what we do. There's a lot of people out there that are business oriented. They're not interested in the emotional aspect of it. It's emotionless, right? Transactions. It's about, hey, you're going to have people calling up, you're asking you, hey, do you want to sell your home? I'll lowball you, give you a lowball offer just to get you out. We're going to turn around. We're not interested in the sentimentality of your property. We're flipping it. We're here to make money. We're not here to hold hands. Hey, you know what, folks? That's the other side. That happens as well because it's about the money for a lot of people. And that's the problem because everybody likes to put money on top of the pyramid chain. And then we sugarcoat it with, oh, it's happiness and good times and what have you. But the reality of it all, again, is like life, right? We always think that, it's cold-hearted. And yeah, I mean, it is cold-hearted. But you have to understand to stay away from people. You have a gut instinct, folks. You know who you want to work with. You know who you don't want to work with. And again, your gut is never going to steer you wrong because life is fair if you want it to be fair. And it's fair if you get the answers before you get the questions. Because if you have the tools and someone helps guide you along the path, then all is fair in love and war in the game that we call life.
Wonderful news. Wonderful.
But also real estate is a game as well. Why? Because we want to win whatever side we're on. We're trying to do the right thing. Of course, we want both sides to be happy because that's how you negotiate, you mediate, you settle things. That's why we have contracts in place. with timelines and guidelines and terms, right? That's what it's all about. But at the end of the day, for the love of real estate, like I'm titling this show, it could be poetic justice, and then also it could be played by a fool. It's what role do you want to play in the play, right? So when we're buying, we use that term a lot. Hey, we're going to spin this, we're going to play this, we're going to do it this way. There's a lot of language and dialogue that people like to fast talk on. You're not going to get that here. What you're going to get is factual. You're going to get the play by play on how things break down. And of course, I know a lot of you wanted to, hey, walk me through the process. What is it like? What's the language that people are saying to each other? Like if you have an attorney, and let's say, God forbid, you're getting a divorce. So one side lawyer's up, the other side lawyer's up. And what usually happens, those two attorneys are going to talk legalese, as I call it. And they're going to talk their own language because they want to settle out. They don't want to go to court. They know it's going to drag out. And then who loses? The clients, right? Because now you're paying for people that are mouthpieces that are just going to go and carry this thing on to milk the situation, right? Sometimes that happens in real estate as well. I'm not going to lie. There are people out there that milk it along. And those examples are basically like, oh, yeah, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to cash you out. I'm going to give you money for your home and what have you. But in the meantime, you don't look at the small print, and then they tie you up for 2 to 3 months. And then what they want to do is tie that situation up to sell it to somebody else. But they romance you in the beginning. We fall for it. And then what happens? We're signing things that we're not taking the time to be detail oriented on and to read. This is what's important because there's a lot of states and countries that use attorneys to represent them in doing contracts and negotiations. Well, in the West Coast and also in the Southwest, also in the Southeast, like Florida area, the realtor is the attorney. We are the ones that basically fill in the blanks. I hate to say, I'm going to write a contract for you. No, the contract is already written, folks. We just fill in the blanks. And once we put additional terms in, now you have to be careful that you're not changing the terms of the contract. But the point is that you have to know who you're surrounding yourself with. You want good people. We want that good energy. We want that love around because we all want to feel good, because my goal is to make, great people make others greater, right? That's the analogy that I like to use. If I'm great, I want to make everybody greater than me because I know that I have that ability to overcome the obstacles and the challenges to make you feel good and bring you up and succeed, because that's what it's all about. But yep, again, folks, real estate is life and life is real estate. It's always going to intertwine with each other. There's no way of getting around it. We just call it like it is. It's black and white. That's it. We're not going to sugarcoat everything. But again, it's important to understand we all go on social media and we all play our Shakespearean counterparts, right? You see everybody going out there, me. After a while, it gets boring and it's like, okay, fine. We're all dressed up nice. We're all looking professional. We're all looking at these gorgeous homes and we're all doing what? We're advertising, we're promoting, okay? But again, it's not just about being a pretty face and how you look. It's about, do we match up? Again, it goes back to relationships. You could be a gorgeous looking person, but then again, your attitude, your thinking just turns the whole thing off and there's just no attraction. That's why people always like, well, opposites attract sometimes or most of the times. But then again, it's that aura, it's that energy. It's not about the physical features, the material things. It's about what connection do you have with people to build up your team to feel good, to know that what? I got you. And we pass that around the table, right? I got you. From the lender to the home appraiser, to the inspection person, to your insurance agent, to your real estate agent. Again, folks, it's a table. It's a table of success. And that's what I'm trying to get across here, because at the end of the day, you have to look around and see the person. Are they professional? What's their actions, their mannerisms, their behavior, their demeanor? Do you know what you're getting yourself into? That's what I'm talking about. The love of real estate. What do I love about doing the business? But what do you love about working with somebody? Ask that. It's like an interview. There's no reason why you can't ask somebody questions, because it's a relationship. For that moment of time, we're in a relationship together by contract, but also by communicating. We have to speak with each other. That's the most important thing. Answer the phones, answer text messages, answer emails. It's communication, folks. It's like life. If you can't communicate, you're not going to graduate. You're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to always get stuck and have other people doing your work. And if that's the way you handle your business or your life affairs, that's okay too. But for a lot of people, especially like me, we have a voice, right? We're here getting home sourced. What are we doing? We're growing our community. We're growing our base. We're growing our family. We want to expand out. We want people to get the message and understand that we're not doing YouTubers. We're not going to go on there, me. Give me the likes, give me the shares, give me the votes and what have you. Again, it's all about how can you and me be together, work it out. Again, just like in relationships, right? So the show, again, as you could tell, is not about stats. It's not about data. It's not about reading and saying that things are, or likes or, like my stuff, do this, that. I just want to give the information. I mean, my actions of what I'm doing I said this before, between the free MLS for both Vegas and Cabo, newsletters, my concierge partnership program, we're helping others, okay? Think about what we're doing here. It's not just about, hey, I'm going to go solicit. If I wanted to go solicit, I'd be doing commercials, right? I'd be doing ad spots and going out there and saying, hey, call me now and let's get you going. I don't hound people. That's why I give everybody the tools. I give everybody the information. When you're ready, you're going to contact me because I don't want to hound you. I'm just too busy. I'm going to be honest. I have a lot of database. I have a lot of business. I'm always working. So why am I going to take the time out to upset you and disrupt your day if you're working, sleeping, or what have you? Hey, when the time comes, you know where to find me. I'm not going to go anywhere. Of course, Gianno at VegasHomeSource.com or VegasHomeSource.com. Just put a plug out there. You know that I'm saying that jokingly, but I also say that for real as well. But at the end of the day, it's what I love to do, okay? And that's what I think is important. The love of real estate, this is why I love what I do. I love people because I've been growing up in a loving household, so I'm able to share emotions. I'm able to share feelings. I'm able to listen as much as I'm able to talk, and I think that's also important as well. And like I said, it's a game. Real estate's a game. We have to play it to win, okay? So sometimes, are we going to win? Yeah, if you're buying the house, you might be disgruntled about the terms or what have you, but at least you got it. You won because it's your property. You outbid everybody else. Your voice mattered. You got in the door. You got it. You won it. And as far as the seller goes, sometimes you might feel like, oh my God, I got to give the farm away to go and sell my property. Well, in certain situations, you do. But again, you won because why the ultimate goal? You sold the property. Maybe it's not what you wanted to get when you were realizing everything. But then when you look back, hey, it's what you had to do, right? And it's what you wanted to do. But it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's not about the outcome and like, oh, I should have had this and being armchair quarterback. Hey, we have a game plan. Whatever you're doing, buying, selling, investing, what have you, you got the ultimate goal done. You won. You mastered it. You got what you wanted, okay? You sold the property and the story. Everything else falls into place. But now with the game excelling, we have to have open arms, right? Okay. So we also have to embrace who? You, the listener, the investor, the buyer, the seller, corporate, whoever. I want this show to be about resonating, okay? I want it to resonate about positive energy, helping others, be sincere. I mean, you got to love yourself first and foremost. You have to love yourself in order to have your heart open, have your heart full. Again, I know we've been hurt. I've been hurt many, many times, both professionally and personally. But you know what? We persevere. We overcome. We take time to heal. It's all good. We have a support system. This is what it's all about. And so that's why when your heart is full and your heart's content, not content, but your heart is content. Okay. So on that note, I want to say thank you so much. I love you all. I want you to have a great Valentine's and just take the time to just kind of embrace you first. Okay. Not trying to do psychological Jedi mind tricks. I'm just saying you have to take a look in the mirror. You have to kind of process things because things go by so fast and we're always trusting of others. You got to do homework, folks. You got to take the time to actually read what you're signing. I cannot tell you how many times people on the other side, or even my clients, I tell them you have to read and you have to understand what you're signing, because you can't cry later on like you go to gamble and you lose, $10,000 and all of a sudden, hey, you want the casino to pay you back. It doesn't work like that. So please take the time, take deep breaths, ask questions. Don't be embarrassed about things, because what do they always say? The worst question is when you don't ask it. So that's why I always say, please write in. Ask me what your questions are, what your concerns are, what you'd like to hear, the topics and what have you. But I thought that, again, for the show, being appropriate with Valentine's Day, love, remembrance, compassion, right, appreciation. This is what I do. I appreciate all of you, and I love all of you sincerely. I say that straight up, okay? We're not BSing here. We're being honest. Okay? This is an honest show. It's straight talk. It's real talk. I really do appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the show. I mean that sincerely. Please tell your friends about me. I just want to get the word out. I want everybody just to feel good about things, right? Because we could spend time listening to other people and other things, whether it's YouTube or any other social platforms, whatever. This is not the me show. Just remember, it's the we show. Okay? So take care. God bless. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy your week. And we'll talk to you soon.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live? I will.
You have just listened to Getting Home Sourced with your radio host, Gianno Buonaguro. This podcast is a registered trademark and may not be reproduced without the express written consent of VegasHomeSource.com. For additional information about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, call or text Gianno toll-free at 888-528-2810 or visit his website at VegasHomeSource.com. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.